Hare Krishna. Hello friends, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing well. This is Ritendra, I am preacher of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and today I come with very special lecture. Today I am going to talk about the qualities of Lord Krishna's devotee. Here Uddhav asked to Lord Krishna about the qualities. What kind of devotees are very dear to you, Lord Krishna? Here Lord Krishna explained to Uddhav. Before I start my lecture, I would have to introduce Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Srimad Bhagavatam written by Sri Bhaktivedanta Srila Mahaprabhu from ISKCON temple, and I would have to say this is a most authentic source. We all have to read Srimad Bhagavatam. And let's talk about symptoms of living entity. And here Uddhav asked about the qualities of Lord Krishna's true devotee. Sri Uddhav asked, "My dear Lord, my dear Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, what type of person do you consider to be a true devotee? What kind of person, what kind of devotees are to be considered as a true devotee? And what type of devotional service is approved by a great devotee as a worthy of being offered to your lordship? What kind of devotional service is acceptable by you? This is what I am asking to you, my dear Lord Krishna, my dear ruler of this entire universal control. O Lord of Vaikuntha, Almighty God of universe, I am your devotee, and because I love you, I have no other shelter than you. My dear Krishna, I love you so much, and I don't have any kind of shelter other than you, my dear Krishna. And therefore, please explain this to me. This is what asked by Uddhav. And further Uddhav further added, "My dear Lord, as absolute truth, you are the transcendental to the material nature. Absolute truth, you are transcendental to the material nature. Like the sky, you are never entangled in any way. Still being controlled by your devotee's love. And you accept many different forms, incarnation according to your devotee's desire. You are performing, my dear Lord, you are performing as per your devotee's desire. Your devotees are very dear to you, my dear Lord Krishna." Lord Krishna here answer, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Lord Krishna here answer the questions of Uddhav. O Uddhav, a saintly person is merciful and never injuries to others. A saintly person is very merciful, dayavan, and never injuries to others. And even if others are aggressive, he is tolerant and forgiving toward all the living entity. And actually, I would have to develop this forgiving nature. Actually, I don't have a forgiving nature. Actually, somehow, whether I don't know, but whether knowingly or unknowingly, I would have to take a revenge from those who actually done bad things with me. Whoever abused to me, I would have to take a revenge. I have taken a revenge. So this is what I have to change in me. I have to bring a change. I will have to get a transformation. I am trying my best level to get a transformation and to develop a nature of forgiveness. His strength and meaning in the life comes from the truth itself, and actually truth itself. Actually, because of my past service, I am not able to speak the truth. But right now, I am going to speak the truth only and only truth speaking or truth teller. He is free from all the envy and jealousy, and his mind is equal in material happiness and distress, and mind should be equal in material happiness and distress. Thus he dedicates his time to work for the welfare of others. This is the best quality in me. I am always engage myself in the work of in the performing the duties in the welfare of the people. His intelligence is never entangled or bewildered by material desire. He has controlled his senses, and his behavior is always pleasing and never harsh and always exemplary. And he is free from all the possessiveness. He never endeavors in ordinary and worldly activities, and he strictly controls his eating. He therefore always remains peaceful and steady. A saintly person is throughout and thoughtful and accept me as his only shelter. Saintly person will accept me as only his shelter. Such a person is very chosen in the executive of his duty and never subject to superficial transformation. Never subject to get a superficial transformation, because he is steady and noble even in the distressing situation. He has conquered over the six material qualities. He has conquered over the six material qualities, namely hunger. Six material qualities he has conquered. My true devotee has conquered the six material qualities. First one is hunger, another one is thirst, third one is lamentation, fourth one is illusion, and fifth one is old age, and sixth one is death. So six material qualities: hunger, thirst, lamentation, illusion, old age, and also death. He is free from all the desire for the prestige. He would like to make himself free from the all kind of desire which is related with the prestige and honor, and he is expert in reviving the Krishna consciousness to the other, and therefore never cheats anyone, never cheats to anyone. He would never cheat to anyone, he would never deceive to anyone. Rather, he is well-wishing friend to all, and being a most merciful. He is a well-wisher friend to each and everyone, and most merciful. And such a saintly person must be considered the most learned man. And he perfectly understands that the ordinary religious duty prescribed by me in the various Vedic sculptures possess a favorable quality that purify the performers, and he knows that neglect of such a duties constitute the discrepancies in the one's life. Having taken complete shelter at my lotus feet, however, the saintly person ultimately renounce such a ordinary religious duty and worship me alone, and he thus considered to be the best among all the living entities. And the person who are having this kind of quality will surely consider as the best person among all the living entities. My devotee may or may not know exactly what I am and who I am and how I exist, but they worship me with unalloyed love. Unalloyed love that is required most in order to be my devotee, in order to be a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. Unalloyed love that is most required. Then I consider them to be the best of devotee. Then I would consider that particular devotee as the best of devotee. My dear Uddhav, one can give up false prestige by engaging in the following devotional services. One may purify oneself by seeing, touching, worshipping, serving, and offering the prayer of glorification and obeisance to my form as a deity and my pure devotee. And one should also glorify my transcendental quality and activities here with love and faith, the narration of my glories, and constantly meditate upon me. And one should offer me whatever one acquire. One should offer me whatever he has acquired, and accepting oneself as my eternal servant. And I would always accept myself as an eternal servant of my Lord Krishna. One should give oneself completely to me, and one should always discuss my birth activities and enjoy the life by participating in the festivals such as Janmashtami, and which glorify my pastime. In my temple, one should always participate in festivals, ceremonies by singing, dancing, playing musical instrument, and discussing me with other Vaishnavas. And one should observe all the regular celebrated annual festival by attending the ceremonies, pilgrimages, and making offering. And one should always observe religious vows such as Ekadashi, and take a initiation by the procedures mentioned in the Vedas and Pancharatra and other similar literature. One should faithfully and loving support the installation of my deity, and individually or in cooperation with others, one should work for the construction of Krishna conscious temple and cities, as well as a flower garden and fruit garden, and specially areas to the celebrate my pastimes. One should consider oneself to be my humble servant without duplicity, and thus should help to clean the temple, and which is my home, First one should sweep and dust thoroughly, and then one should further cleanse with the water and cow dung. And having dried the temple, one should sprinkle the scent water and decorate the temple with the mandalas. And one should thus act just like my servant. And the particular person who is acting like my servant, the particular person who is performing all the works as my servant, that particular devotee is very dear to me, and I would always situated in that particular person or particular devotee, and a particular devotee is also situated within me. This is stated by Lord Krishna. O saintly Uddhava, please know that you may worship me in the sun, fire, brahmanas, cows, Vaishnavas, skies, wind, water, earth, individual soul, and all the living entity. My dear Uddhav, one should worship me within the sun by chanting the selected Vedic mantras and by performing worship and offering obeisances. One may worship me within the fire by offering the oblation of ghee, and one may worship me among the brahmanas by receiving them as a guest, and even when uninvited. And I can be worshipped within the cows by offering the grass and other suitable grains and paraphernalia for the pleasure and health of the cows. And one may worship me within the Vaishnavas by offering the loving the friendship to them and honoring them in all the respect. Through the steady meditation, I am worshipped within the inner space of the heart and within the air. I can be worshipped by knowledge that prana, life air, and is the chief among all the elements. I can be worshipped within the water by offering the water itself, and among with other elements such as a flower, tulsi leaves. And one may worship me within the earth by the proper application of the confidential seed mantras. And one may worship within the individual living entity by offering the food and other enjoyable substance. And one may worship me within all the living entity by seeing the super soul within them and maintaining the equal vision. So this is all how we can worship to Lord Krishna. The Lord Krishna here mentioned many ways to worship Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna, first way to worship Lord Krishna is by within a sun by chanting the selected Vedic mantras. And another thing is to offer a fire within a fire by offering the oblation of ghee, by offering the oblation of ghee. And one can worship Lord Krishna by respecting the brahmanas and also accept them as a guest when they are uninvited. And Lord Krishna can be worshipped by offering a grass to cows and suitable grains to particular cows. And steady meditation, Lord Krishna can be worshipped. And Lord Krishna can be worshipped by prana, the most chief element among our body. And Lord Krishna can be worshipped by water, offering of water by itself. And Lord Krishna can be worshipped by flower and tulsi leaves. Lord Krishna can be worshipped by earth, within the earth by proper application of the confidential seed mantras. And Lord Krishna can be worshipped by by offering of food and other enjoyable to the needy people. And the Lord Krishna can be worshipped by all the living entity by seeing the super soul within all of them and maintaining the equal vision. Lord Krishna can be worshipped. So this is all about the qualities of Lord Krishna's devotee and the types of the worship by which we can offer to Lord Krishna. So if you are having any questions, any doubt, then please kindly put a comment. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe.